Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. It seems to be the week for videos this week, but I just heard today that another young lad in our local area, lost his life to suicide, and this is why the hood's up, because I went to my first life coach probably about nearly 9-10 years ago, because at that time one day I just woke up and nothing made sense in my world anymore. And there is a big change happens between guys between the age of about 24, 25 to 34, and we can get through this change, and you just didn't understand it. But the point with this is, at that time, this is the way I used to have to dress when I went to see my life coach, so that nobody would see me. And even when I was sitting in a wee hall waiting to get in and see him, even though there were other people there that were in for the same thing, I would hide my face, because I thought it was embarrassing that I had to go and speak to somebody. And that's why I thought we'd do this wee message, that there's nothing further from the truth. It's a must. And I remember things getting said like, what was it, big boys don't cry, right? That was what was always said when you were growing up, big boys don't cry, big boys don't cry. So you grew up with this belief that you couldn't, if you felt hurt, if you felt any sort of pain, then you were weak. So you suppressed all of this. And this is what we do as lads, and this is why this message is mainly to any guy around about this age, around about the age of into 20s to early 30s, because it's a tough time, because you get through life suppressing all this hurt all your life, and it's like a big box. If you can imagine filling a box up with stuff, and that's what guys do. We've got a wee bit in our mind called a box. It's like a nothing box, and we just keep putting it in this box until eventually the box spills over. And then when it spills over, we don't know what to do with it, we don't know how to control it. And we're not getting any practice with talking to people about it. When girls go through life, they're actually suppressed other things. They suppressed anger, but guys mainly suppressed hurt, because it was weak to show you were hurt. It was weak to show that something affected you in a certain way. So you would suppress it so long until eventually that something would happen. Maybe you would go through a breakup, or you would see something, and something would make that lid open up. And that's what happened to me. I suppressed everything in my life up until I was 32. And then the lid opened, and the only way the doctor could describe it was like trying to get through maybe 18 years of stuff like that, and I couldn't control it. But I was fortunate enough to get to a life coach, and talk about, that's what I'm saying, I believe you take your own life. I think life takes you. I know what I felt like in that time myself. It seemed like the best option, but thankfully it never happened, and that's why I'm so passionate about the job that I do. And obviously I do loads of other things, but when I ever hear about a young lad taking his life, I always resonate with where I was and understand how painful it is. But there is something, and somebody got this profile bit, and it says hope to defeat suicide, and that is really it. If more people started making this acceptable, so if more friends would just talk to each other and say, listen guys, this is no weak. If you've got something going on, it's fucking natural. You can't get, our biggest strength is to be a bit vulnerable, because if we're vulnerable, then we can open up and then we can get through stuff. But we suppress that. You can't put a lid in anything for too long. So yeah, my wee message today is reach out to a few folk around about you. Actually contact your mates, because the ones usually with the biggest smiles are the ones that are hiding the most stuff. And it's never a lack of effort. The effort that I used to go through just to keep myself on board, and then it would be all different addictions just to kid on that I was happy rather than facing that. And the longer you leave it, the more it stacks up. But honestly, when you understand that people are in the same boat as you, it kind of makes things feel a lot easier, and that's what I try and bring with my coaching. That it's this stuff is natural, and that's why first of all we need to get this stuff into school so that we understand how all this works, so that we can operate that better. But also, there's so many people out there that understand this, so many great coaches and speakers, and look at our TV, could we not skip a fucking session of Towie once a week, and they would air something on helping people how to understand how to live their life. So yeah, I'm very passionate about getting this message out, but it's another local lad, and it's heartbreaking. It's just absolutely, because it's just not right, it's not fair. And it is, for me, it's like dying of cancer. It's at that point, if it gets to that point, it doesn't feel, it's not a choice, it's like takes you. So we need to catch it before it gets to that point. So you need everybody to be talking to each other, everybody to be telling each other, look, open up, give a wee chat. And the more people do it, then the more people think it's, and sometimes that's all it maybe takes, because you get lost in your own mind thinking that nobody's going to understand you, or you're going to come across weak, or and it could be something so small that's just been left for so long, it just completely overtakes your life. But anyway, listen, that's why because this is generally the way, and I'm trying to make this stuff acceptable. That's why I love people talking about it and sharing it, because I had to go like this. It wasn't many people I could even tell, because I thought they would judge me. But I don't think you can get through this life without trying to work something out. I just think and there's so many people there that can help now. So, and that could just be your mate, and you could maybe speak to your mate, and your mate goes, thank fuck, I've been feeling the exact same way. And then you have a right heart-to-heart chat, and you'll feel better because you've spoken about it. So anyway, listen, it's not a very nice message, but I think it's an essential one. And it's great seeing people changing their profile photo to, hope defeats suicide. Why don't everybody do that? I've seen that, obviously what happened with Paris that time, and then everybody changed their profile photos to that. Why don't you show support to every young guy out there that's maybe going through a wee bit of a dark time and doesn't think MD's there to listen? Because I guarantee they're so, the person right next to you is probably going through the same stuff. So, okay, that's my wee message for today, alright?